Hey, welcome. Today we are diving into something that's a huge part of our lives, how to use technology with good character. Let's get into this guide for being clear, kind, and safe whenever you're online.
And that really is the heart of it, isn't it? Every single thing we do online, every message, every post, every comment, it has a real impact. Our choices can either build someone up or, tear them down in a heartbeat. That's exactly why this stuff is so important to talk about.
So here's our game plan for today. We're going to walk through 4 key pillars: digital etiquette, staying safe, sharing responsibly, and choosing kindness. Just think of these as the building blocks for being your best self online. Then we'll wrap it all up by talking about how you can create your own personal tech pledge.
Okay, let's jump right in with pillar number 1, digital etiquette. You might have heard it called netiquette. It's a pretty simple idea, really. The same good manners that matter in real life are just as important when we're talking to people through a screen.
Just look at the difference here. I mean, that messy message on the left, it feels kind of pushy and demanding, right? But the model message, it's polite, it's clear, and honestly, it's way more likely to get a quick, helpful response. It's such a small change in wording, but it makes a huge difference in how it feels to get that message.
So how do we make sure we're sending those model messages every time? Well, it pretty much comes down to these 5 keys. Always try to greet the person by name. Tell them why you're messaging and what you need. And please, watch your tone. Using all caps feels like you're shouting. Also, remember to be patient. People are busy. They can't always get back to you right away. And finally, just keep it short and to the point.
Okay, this brings us to pillar number 2, and this one is huge. Safety first. Seriously, this isn't just a friendly tip, it's absolutely non-negotiable for being online. It's all about protecting yourself and your personal information.
To be safe online, you first have to know what you're looking for. So what are those warning signs? The online red flags that should make you stop and think twice.
Here are the big ones to watch out for. If someone is rushing you, offering you stuff that seems way too good to be true, or asking you to keep secrets, especially from adults, those are massive red flags. And a stranger wanting to talk to you in a private chat, that's another huge one. Trust your gut on this.
So, if you see one of those red flags, what's the plan? Don't worry, there is one. It's 5 simple but super powerful steps. Stop, screenshot, block, report, and tell. Following these steps puts you right back in control of a bad situation.
All right, let's move on to pillar number 3, think before you share. It's so easy to forget, but every single time we post something, we're using our power to influence things. This pillar is all about making sure we use that power in a really thoughtful and responsible way.
And a fantastic tool for this is something called the Think filter. It's basically a quick mental checklist you can run through before you hit post or send. Let's break down what each letter stands for.
First up, T. Is it true? With rumors and fake news spreading like wildfire, this is our first line of defense. It's not just about what you think is true, but what you can actually verify. Just taking a second to ask this question can stop misinformation in its tracks.
Next, is it helpful? This question makes us stop and think about our real reason for posting. Are we trying to add something good to the conversation, or are we just adding to the noise? Every comment is a choice to either be constructive or not.
Then we have I. Is it inspiring? Does what you're sharing lift people up? Sharing something positive or inspiring can create this awesome ripple effect that goes way further than you'd expect. It's how we all work together to make the internet a better place.
Now for N, is it necessary? Okay, this one can be tough. Sometimes the best thing to say is nothing at all. This is all about knowing when to hold back and asking ourselves, does the world really need my 2 cents on this right now?
And finally, we get to the most important question of all. K. Is it kind? I mean, if what you're about to share fails this last test, it's just not worth it. Kindness isn't just about being polite. It's about remembering there's a real person with real feelings on the other side of that screen. This should be the final filter for everything we do.
And that leads us perfectly into our 4th and final pillar. Choose kindness. This goes beyond just not being mean. It's about actively being a force for good in all of your online spaces.
This right here is a perfect example of a truly kind comment. See how it's not just a generic, nice job? It's specific. It points out exactly what was helpful. That's the kind of feedback that really makes someone feel seen and appreciated.
But what about when you disagree with someone? I mean, it's going to happen. The key is how you do it. Instead of just attacking with the blunt, "you're wrong," you can try a more respectful approach like, "That's an interesting point, but I see it a little differently." That opens the door for a real conversation instead of just slamming it shut.
And what if you see someone else being attacked online? Your actions, or even your inaction, really matter. Don't ever join a pile-on. Instead, be an ally. Reach out to support the person, grab a screenshot as evidence, and report the harmful content. Be the person who steps up instead of just scrolling by.
Now, let's quickly touch on a tool that's everywhere these days, AI. It can actually be a really helpful buddy, but we've got to be smart about how we use it, always keeping our pillars of safety and kindness in mind. So, here's the deal. Do use AI to help you polish your tone or shorten a message. It's great for drafting a kinder reply. But don't ever share private information with it. Use it to pretend you're someone else or tell it your secrets. Just think of it as a helpful tool, not a trusted friend.
We've covered a whole lot of ground: etiquette, safety, sharing, and kindness. So the next step is all about making this your own. It's time to think about creating your personal tech pledge, which is really just a commitment you make to yourself to put these great ideas into practice.
As we finish up, I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Doesn't have to be some huge grand gesture. What's one small, kind thing you can commit to doing online this week? Because that's really where it all begins, with one small choice at a time.